Okay, we're checking out how we can do Band in the Box together between Germany and the United States and France and the United States. And I just sent Ava this love story Taylor Swift Band in the Box song that I've done. And when she opens the .sgu file, it should show all the lyrics there. Okay, there they are. This file, that's all I have. But you can see that there's this thing called big lyrics here, and it lets you do karaoke. So there it is. We were both young and I saw you. I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there. My balcony in summer air. I don't know how that goes. See the lights, see the party, the ball gowns. See you make your way through the crowd and say hello. I gotta get this a little bit better. Pulling it out. That you were Romeo, you were throwing apples, and my daddy said, stay away from Juliet, and I was crying on the staircase, begging you please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. And then, so I sneaked out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet, cause we're dedicated, so close your eyes. Escape this town for a little while. Cause you were Romeo, I was Scarlet Letter, and my daddy said, stay away from Juliet, but you were everything to me. I was begging you, please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Save me there, try to tell me how to feel. This love is difficult, but it's a real. Don't be afraid to make it out of this mess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Keep it on. I got tired of waiting, wondering if you were ever coming round. My faith in you was fading when I met you on the outskirts of town. And I said, Romeo, save me, I've been feeling so alone. I keep waiting for you, but you never come. Is this in my head? I don't know what to think. You knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, marry me, Juliet, you'll never have to be alone. I love you and that's all I really know. I've talked to your dad, so I took a right rest. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Oh, oh, oh. Cause we were both young when I first saw you. So that's the big lyrics thing. And now it's going to play from here. So of course you can also read it, but here it's a little harder to read, but this is where we entered in all the chords and we entered in the lyrics. And I'm going to show you how I did that. So this is fine. Let's save this song again. Unable. There's a bad file. So this is what I'd sent. So save song as, And I'll say, oh, sorry, TS1. That's TS. And I'll call this WhatsApp because that's what I send from WhatsApp. So I can work on this without messing with the original one. All right, so the way that you do lyrics is you have this chords thing, and when you click on that, there's layers, and there's this thing called bar settings or bar lyrics. You want to make sure you've turned on bar lyrics, because otherwise you ain't gonna see them. So that's under here on chords and views, layers, and then bar lyrics, and then they come up. And you also have this window here, the lyrics document window. So in the lyrics document window, which I don't seem to have here in this version, don't know why. Why is that? Big lyrics window. There's that big lyrics window. That's how you see the karaoke, right? But where's my document lyrics? Oh, there it is. It's buried down here. So I got to bring that up. Nope, that's not it. That's the big lyrics. So this is a problematic one. The lyric document window, sometimes it shows and sometimes it doesn't. Control Alt Shift L. Control Alt Shift L. Nope, it ain't coming up. Which is interesting because in my original, if I open up my original, let's do that. I should have it. And I don't. Okay, so let me shut this down for a second and let me open up the original one and see what's going on here. So let's open up a story. There it is. So this has a lyric document window. That's what I was looking for. So what you do is you paste in your lyrics, and what's very important is that you make a carriage return every time that you have a lyric. So a bar, a carriage return per bar. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to open up Notepad here for a second. And I have it there in Notepad as well. But I think I better redo it because I made some new changes. So you parse out the lyrics so that there's a carriage return after. Oh, isn't that crazy what this does? Right. So that there's a carriage return where there's a bar. So I'm going to go like this and paste this in. You can see we were both young when I first saw you. I closed my eyes. So really, if you wanted to be technical about it, you've got to go we were both young when I so see this, if you really want to do a good karaoke thing, then parse it out so that it's we were both young when I first saw you, I closed my eyes, and so you change the way that you write it, and the flashback starts, I'm standing there, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 on a balcony in summer air. See the lights, see the party. See, so you got to parse it out. The party, the ball gowns. So it'd be that. Ball gowns. There's a very interesting thing with lyrics. See you make your way. Ball gowns. Ball gowns. See you make your way through the crowd and see you make your way through the crowd and say hello. Little did I know that you were, and so the that really belongs there. That you were Romeo, throwing pebbles, and my daddy said, stay away from Juliet, and I was crying on the staircase, begging you please don't go for one. And I said, Romeo. So what you do then, if you take paragraphs that are done that way, and you copy them, and I'll just go into a new file. So let's go like this, and we have this lyrics thing open. Watch. Again, we want to go to layers and make sure that bar lyrics is on, otherwise you'll never see them. So you got a new song here, and right click here, go to layers and go to bar lyrics, turn that on. And we know that there's a 8-bar intro. It's got to be more than 32. I think Taylor Swift song's like 160 bars or something crazy like that. But we know that she's got the banjo part for 8 bars. So we're going to come in here and start a new section and paste this in and see how it parses it. We were both young when I first saw you. I closed my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there. And then what we were talking about yesterday, her chords are, it's in the key of D. Often it's written in C, but it's written in C with a capo up the 2nd fret, which is D. So if you're just playing it to get it studio ready, it would be there. And the way that I like to do it is I'll go to the, I'll go to YouTube, for example, and put on her song. Right? Let me plug in my headphones here. Okay, so that's way too fast. She's at 120, and you can listen to that. 3, 4. So listen to it. And you listen if you don't have the chord sheet in front of you, and you determine where it goes. But she's got, we were both young I first saw you, I closed, I think that's a G, closed my eyes and the flashback starts, I'm standing, B minor there, on about, oops, I messed this up, a B7, B minor, do B minor 7 if you like, on a balcony in summer, air, so that would be, B, C, B, so it's A7. So you have, you were both young when I first saw you. I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there, the balcony in summer air. If that's what she does, I think she actually goes to the G there. Let's check it out and see. Boom, 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 boom. Summer air. So she goes to the G there. Then, so then we have again, da 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 da. G da 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 da. Say hello. And this, say hello, was supposed to be. So you got there. On the balcony in summer air. Okay, so that came in too early. So what you do is you double click on this and then you hit the enter key and it moves it forward by that paragraph. So now it's right. See the lights in the party, ball gown, see you make your way through the crowd and say hello. That's the B minor 7. Little did I know. Let's see, little did I know. I got A7. Okay. That, and then this again has got to be moved forward. That, I think it's G. Throwing pebbles. And there's a B minor. And my daddy said, away from Juliet. Oops, Juliet would be there. Not bad. And I was crying, bring G, and on the staircase, begging you, please don't go. And I said, and I said, and then now here the chorus, D Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. And then you're going 1 to 5. We talked about that yesterday. And then going to the 6 chord, which is the 6th chord is B minor. Be the prince and I'll be the princess, and then the 4 chord, which is G. So you have that. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. It's a love story, and then I think it goes to A. Baby, just say yes. And then you can keep going back to your lyrics, and as long as you've parsed them out properly. So I sneak out to the garden. So I sneak out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet, 'cause we're dead if they know. So close your eyes. And so if you take that and copy that with those carriage returns, you can put that in. And as you can see, it parses it up. We were both young when I first saw you. And this is really the same chords. So you can take these chords and if you copy that and paste that in, then it comes in right underneath. We were both young when I first saw you. Close my eyes and flashback, so it's that. We were both young when I first saw you. Close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there, stuck in me in summer. Oh, but I think what I did wrong is it does copy everything. It didn't just copy the chords. Okay, so there's something you can do there. Let's go back to here, since I got the chords in right, and take the sneak out part, and let's replace this. And let's go, boom, like that. So I sneak out. So I've just replaced it with my other thing. Oopsie, enter. So I sneak out. So sneak out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet, 'cause we're dead if they knew. So close your eyes. And this has got to be coming out of there. That's out. So delete that and delete that. And delete that. So you're going to do some playing around with this, but the way you start to get your chords in. And I just want to show you too that that chorus is that 1625 thing. So we're going to go over to options. Not 1625, it's 1564. So we'll go to options and we'll go to display, and we will go to the Nashville notation and say OK. And you can see that she starts out with a 1 chord, a 4 chord, a 6 minor 7 chord, a 4 chord. But when she gets to the chorus, it's Romeo, take me 1, I'll be waiting 5, 6 minor, you'll be the prince and I'll be the princess, 4, it's a love story, and then a dominant 5/7 to get back to the 1. So that is that take on me thing. Because if you played that, it could either be Romeo, take me, I wanna be alone, those others waiting, all there's left to do is run, you'll be the prince and I'll be the princess, it's a love story, baby, just say yes. So you could do that, or you could go and say, take on me, take on me. Or it's when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. and that's Let It Be. So they're called the Let It Be chords, but of course they're spaced out differently. And so you can always look and see how Taylor is doing her chord progressions. But I think it's lovely that you have this ability to do big lyrics, that you can go to the big lyrics window and you can play it through and you can start to sing along with it. You can play through it right here. Nice thing is you can click anywhere. So that window really lets you play around with that. I'll close this because I don't need to save this song as Love Story Messing Around. All right, but if I leave that, let me open up the other one, my original. There we go. And I do have the lyrics, and you parse the lyrics, like I said, by putting carriage returns just before every beat, and you'll have that window for you. You've got this lyric, and you can play through. And here I've got it as the notation, the Nashville notation. If you wanted to look at the whole song and see it in terms of on display, in terms of solfege, you go to solfege notation and say okay, and now it's La, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Slow. And when you do the big lyrics, you can see it as solfege, like not that one. Here's my big lyric. Not that. Big lyric disappeared for some reason. There it is. Okay. So you can click on Do. So wherever you click, I bet I can be alone. And really it would work best if you had two screens, because then you could keep the big lyrics open on one screen and you could keep this open on another, and you'd have a lot more control. And if you do this, and then you have the big lyrics, if I can find them in here. There they are, there's the big lyrics. So move that window over here and pull it out like this and bring this back. And now you have much more control over it. So you can come up here and you can start to play with it. And I'm going to put this back in the display of the actual chords. No chords, okay. And then you can play it from here. And somehow I've got this looking really funny. Why do I have that so small? It didn't change it. Melody, harmony window, chord sheet window. It's so tiny. That's weird. Okay. So and the flashback starts, I'm standing there. So you can go back and forth and say, well, I want to hear this part. That is so, and it highlights it there. So you see how it highlights it in red, so you can play along, and then you can print it out. I've never tried the vocal synthesizer, so I don't know. It says generate vocal audio from lyrics and melody. Well, we don't have a melody in, but if we type the melody in, that's the next thing to get to. Then it'll do a synthesis of it, which will be kind of weird to see what the AI does. I haven't tried that yet. Anyway, that's lyrics. Just keep in mind that there are several lyrics windows that you get to it all by going to chords, right-clicking, going to layers, and going to make sure bar lyric is on. Otherwise, you will never find it. So again, layers and bar lyrics. And that if you want to, you can go to big lyrics and you can look at the lyric document window, if such exists. Sometimes that gets really kludgy. And you can use the big lyrics window, which is like karaoke. and you can change the colors, and you can change how it scrolls for the background for karaoke. So if you don't see it scrolling, maybe karaoke is not on, you'll have to do that from there. All right, hope to talk to you, and we'll get more song stuff going. Next up, I want to figure out how to get that banjo part into, and that can be done.